right about now.
Oh, hey, friend. It's so good to see you again. There's no one like you. You can do anything you put your mind to. Just the thing we thought you should know. Are you ready? 'Cause here we go. Wonder Friends, Wonder Friends, Wonder Friends. It's time for Wonder Friends Show. Yeah, right.
What is happening, everybody? How's everybody doing? I got this thing. I hit my camera with my arm and messed up with my background. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Art is your favorite subject. Art was my favorite subject when I was in school also. So today we are going to jump right into it. We are going to make a little unicorn character. We're going to use this guy right here, Cornelius, from the It's Okay to Be a Unicorn book series. If you have not seen that book yet, you can totally get my books. My books are available. They're all over the place. You can get them on Amazon, all those different places like that. You can go to my website. You can find them there. My website is right here. If you need to find that stuff, we got all kinds of free stuff on there, including like this whole time capsule thing that's got a bunch of Cornelius stuff in there. And I got a bunch of free downloadable PDFs for you guys to download there as well. So those are all the things that are available for your resources. And again, my name is Jason Tharp. I am an author and illustrator of a bunch of different books. So I'm working on right now a new Big and Bunny book. Which Big and Bunny is this guy right here. This book here. Yes. This book, I have a book coming out in June called Bunny Will Not Be Quiet. And it is Big and Bunny, right? And it's called Bunny Will Not Be Quiet, and it's kind of fun. I'm working on a book right now called Bunny Will Not Jump, and it is another Big and Bunny book. So I'm working on that, and I just finished up another book that is called It's Okay to Smell Good, and it is the same sort of book, kind of like this, but it's about a skunk. And I'm super excited about that. That will be out in February, and I'm going to be able to share, I think, some artwork with you guys soon to kind of show you what it looks like. But it's got a skunk as the main character in it, so it's a lot of fun. So, guys, we're going to jump right into it. I want to do today, just so you know, we're going to do the Cornelius here. We're going to have him juggling some Scribble monster balls. So he's kind of going to be a little bit of a cut paper, almost three-dimensional illustration, which what I mean by that three-dimensional is just like what you think about. Like this is a marker is 3 dimensions versus paper is a 2-dimensional thing. So that's kind of the difference is the 3-dimensional illustration. It's kind of like it looks like it can stick out and all that stuff like that. But we're going to do some fun stuff with that. So guys, if you can get ready, we're going to draw here. I'm going to switch over here. Let's get ready to draw. Supplies, if you need it real quick, a second to get those together. We're going to need paper, markers, tape, glue, scissors. That's pretty much it. Just all those things that we typically need. And we're going to try to build a really fun illustration together today. It's going to be a good project to do. And we're going to get started here in just a second. Let's get our mindful minute going on, right? First thing we need to do is we need to get ready to draw. Let's get our mind set. Let's take a deep breath in. I want you guys to say with me either out loud or to yourself, I am me. I do matter. I am super fantastic. Now, those are important things that you need to remind yourself about because there are times where you don't feel so super fantastic and you might need reminders. I know that I need reminders. That doesn't make us bad people or there's something wrong with us. Those are good things that will help us along the way. So it's your birthday in 7 days. Woo! All right. So that is awesome. So guys, what we're going to do today is we're going to get started up. Let's get our hands ready. Give them some stretches, big stretches. Try to stretch those fingers out as far as you can. Give them a little finger fight, right? And let's get our markers ready. We're going to do our Scribble Doodle to start out with, and you just make a scribble. If you are new to Wonder Friends, the Scribble Doodle is nothing more than we're going to make something from nothing. I like to spin mine. And when it lands, what I want you to do is to make something from this. That doesn't mean that you have to stress about it. It doesn't mean that it has to be perfect. It just means that you have to turn that scribble into something. And it doesn't have to be amazing. It could just be something that you want to make that gets yourself ready. That's the point of this, is you're looking at for not what it is, but what it could be. You're giving it a shot. You're trying something and seeing if I can make something from it. And this is how you get set. So it's kind of like if you're doing some sort of sports where you do stretches and things like that. This is kind of what this is. This is like stretching out your brain and getting it ready to go. So check it out. From that scribble, I made this little guy, right? Not bad. Put my name on that. I'm using one of my zombie markers because it's dead, as you can see. It's a completely dead marker, so that's why it's going there. Sometimes I forget to check those. So here's what we're going to do today. I want you to get some white paper, okay? And if you have colored paper, that's fine too, but I'm just going to use some white paper. I'm going to put this right here so we can kind of have it to reference a little bit, okay? And we are going to just get your white paper, put it beside there. Let's just get some markers and I want you just to scribble on it for a little bit. Maybe a couple spots. We're gonna just do maybe one there. I'm gonna grab a different color. I'm gonna say some green, and I'm gonna scribble that over here. Okay. And then I'm going to maybe grab my blue. And I want to scribble my blue on here too. I want you to kind of layer some colors on it. So it kind of looks like, and you're not worried at all about what we're doing yet. I want you just to kind of make these colors up. Any kind of colors you want to layer these things. So like for this green one, I'm going to put some yellow down with it, right? Don't worry about the edges. Don't worry about it being perfect. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Why not? I'm going to put some pink on this one too. Just want you to make some scribbles, okay? And we're going to do that one more time with another side. We need 3 total, okay? So I'm going to use this blue. I'm just going to scribble. Don't think about it. Just scribble. Have fun. Pretend that you're like in preschool again, and you're just scribbling, right? And let's scribble a couple colors there. So you get this kind of cool, like layered kind of look to it, right? Kind of a cool layered, kind of fun thing about it, right? Okay. Now, what we're gonna do is I just want you to take a dark marker, a black marker, and just draw a circle on there, okay? Anywhere. You're not going to be able to see it very well, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be like super duper easy to find. Okay. And I'm going to draw a black one here. And I'm going to draw a black one there. Okay. Now I want you to take your scissors and just cut out around that black line. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can kind of leave the edges and it makes it even kind of cooler. So just want you to cut around that black line, okay? So we got one. And you can just throw those scrap pieces over away. Just throw them on the floor, but just make sure that you're cleaning up after yourself when you're done. Let's cut a couple more. Cut these around. They don't have to be perfect, guys. In fact, when they're not perfect, it actually kind of gives them like, makes them a little bit cooler where they have like a neat edge to it. So cut out one more. Now I got my 3. All right, now I got the 3. Boom, 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 right on. Cool. They are looking pretty awesome. All that stuff like that. I want you to get yourself another piece of white paper and just cut a strip off of it. Let's fold that in half and let's draw. You can do this with just a pencil if you want. Let's draw 3 circles on it. 3 circles, okay? And I want you to cut out those 3 circles. Okay, set one there. Cut that out here. Ooh, that one went flying. 3 circles. Again, guys, they don't have to be perfect. There's something kind of fun about the fact that they're not perfect. It adds a little bit of neatness to it, right? A little character, a little different. So don't worry about them being perfect. Okay. And then I got these. Oh, I didn't do the tap of the marker. The tap of the magic marker just split the eyeballs off. Here we go. Check it out. I want you to tape those down, okay? Just tape those down right there. And tape them down right there. They don't even have to be perfect. I just taping them down. It adds kind of the fun part to it. Because remember, these are going to be kind of like juggle like balls. Like we're going to have Cornelius here, right? We're going to have Cornelius juggling these guys, right? So this will be kind of a fun thing to do where we just kind of really, let's put those there. That was like flipped up on me a little bit. Now I want you just to draw some like silly faces on these guys as far as like the eyeballs. You don't have to make the eyeballs straight. You could do one where the eyeballs are straight like that, right? You can do another one where one eyeball is up here and one eye is down there. You can have some fun with it. And you could do maybe one where they're both like that. Kind of have some fun making those any way that you would like to. And I want you to do the same thing with a face on there. Just, you can make any kind of shape, guys. There's no rules here. I just want you to make a face on there. You can have one like that. You can do another one where it's a smiley face with his tongue out maybe. Just have some fun with it. Just draw a face on there. Don't think about it too much. We're just going to make something. If we think too much, we get stuck worrying about if it's good or not. And it's going to be good regardless. So this one's kind of dark. That one turned out pretty dark. Even like, you know why it was? Because I used this Crayola blue marker, which is insanely dark. So I want to set these aside now. This is kind of like the first part of our project. Now what I would like for you to do is to take that white strip that you had and cut me 3 strips out of this. 1, 2, 3. Okay? They don't have to be exactly the same. Just make them however. They don't have to be exactly the same. I want you to kind of stack them then on top of each other. This is the reason why we're doing this is just because it makes it easier for them to be the same. Just get that edge. So see, if you look here, see my edge? They're all 3 lined up there. So that's what I want to do. And I want you just to fold them like a zigzag, okay? So you fold one way, and then you fold it back the other way. So I fold it this way. And then next one, I fold it the opposite way, right? And I'm going to do that all the way down. So then I end up with is something like this. And when I open it, it's like this. Make sense? Woot woot. All right. Now, pull them apart. Okay? We're just going to count down. Folds. 1, 2, 3. On the third one, I want you just to cut right there at that fold. So you end up with a piece like this. Okay? I want you to do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3. And cut. Did I freeze again? Is that what you're saying? Guys, is it frozen again, or are we still moving? Because it looks like it's on my end. Everything seems okay. And the same thing, one more. So now we have 3 zigzags. Okay. And then I want you to flip that over Flip one of them over. So take it this way, flip it over, and just tape it on the back here. Does not matter where it's taped. Just tape it right on there. So it's like this. See if this is going to work. It kind of does, kind of doesn't, huh? Like I said, I have never done these things with myself here, so this is all new to me also. I don't think the zigzags are going to work. We're going to just set the zigzags aside for right now. They aren't going to do what I was hoping they would do. What it is we need thicker paper, and since I don't have any with me, I don't want to like pause everything and look for thicker paper for you guys and stop everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to start making Cornelius out of some cut paper. And what I'd like for you to do, I have some blue paper already. If you don't have blue paper, you can totally color some, or you can just make him white and kind of go from there. And I am going to draw him. Let's see, this is a good one. With the upside down V. And then I'm going to put this line just like this. Now, I'm not going to do the whole thing. What I typically do, I want to show you guys a couple things here. So what we're going to do is I want you to draw him around just like this. And bring it down here. And where you stop there, just drop it down. Okay? And do the same thing back here. Bring it that way. Do a capital D. And a backwards D right here. Don't worry about the lines for carrots and all that stuff like that. We're going to do that in a second, okay? And then I want to put my bumps down through there. That's it. That's all I want to do right now, okay? Because we're going to cut out the rest of this stuff. So I want you to take some white paper that you had and fold that in half. And we are going to draw an oval on here. You could just use a pencil if you'd like. Just draw an oval, okay, on your folded one. Now remember, we fold it so that way they are exactly the same. I want you just to cut that out. Just like that. Wave your hands over it. Just like magic, you have two. That is pretty amazing. Okay? We're going to just layer that just like that. Okay? And you can tape them. Just throw a little piece of tape down there. Throw another little piece of tape down right there. And we got some eyeballs for Cornelius, the unicorn. All right. Now I want you to, in the inside of those eyes, just put 2 ovals colored in. That's how we get this looking okay. Now, I don't have yellow paper, but I do have white paper. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a piece of my scrap paper down here. And I'm going to trace off the size that I need for my unicorn horn. And I can do that because I can see through my paper. If you can't see the paper, that's okay. Like, just kind of guess a little bit, because it doesn't have to be perfect. That's what's actually going to make it kind of cool, is if it's not perfect. And I'm just going to scribble. And I think that would be kind of cool if I did some like yellow or orange over top of it too, just to kind of do that, right? And all I'm doing is scribbling there. And I'm going to cut this out. And when I cut that out, it should kind of fit right over top of that part, right? It gives us kind of a cool texture that you couldn't get if you were doing this with, like if you did this with like regular paper, you wouldn't have that kind of cool texture on there. and that edge to it. So it kind of adds like an extra kind of neat little element to it, as you guys can see. Now I want you to, for these little bumps like this, we're going to do the same sort of thing. But again, I do have pink, but I would rather do it with like some other color. So I'm going to set this over top. The same thing I just did. I'm going to draw through because I can kind of see through it. I can see through it enough. Again, it does not have to be perfect. The fact that it won't be perfect is actually what kind of makes it a little bit cooler, right? And I'm going to scribble my pink because Cornelius has that pink back here, right? As you can see. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? And I'm going to cut those out. Okay, so then when you cut those, you should overlay those just like that, and they'll look a certain way. And again, like, look, see, it's not perfect, but I don't care about it being perfect. It fits in there, and that is perfectly fine. It does not have to be perfect. So let's get over the fact that we think that it needs to be perfect, because it does not. It actually makes it look kind of cool and different when we experiment with things and make it look a little different. Just like so. Right? And if you need to trim one of them and you're not happy with it, guess what you can do? You can trim them because you are the person making them. So you can trim it and make it fit the way that you want to fit it. So there we go. That's what I did. And if you want, just tape those down so that way you don't have to worry about them moving. This unicorn is made out of paper and tape. That's where he gets his magic from, paper and tape. It's like Cornelius the tape unicorn. So we're not worried about the tape showing or any of those things like that. You don't need to concern yourself with those things. That doesn't matter because we're going to cut it out anyway. All right. Now we can have things like our teeth on there, and you can do the exact same thing. So you have your teeth, scrap piece of paper. Now I know that I can see through my line. I don't know if you can see through yours, but if I draw, or if you kind of like lift up, you can kind of see it. I can draw what I want my teeth to look like on there. And I'm going to cut that out. So really, if you think about it, guys, what we're doing is we're just building this character. Think about like if we're using like, if we're almost like making them out of Legos. We're building all the little parts. And instead of drawing it, we're just using like cut paper to make it. So then his teeth are right there, okay? One of the things I would do to make it like your everything easier for you is just color in like you would the inside of the mouth, but then we're gonna put that layer of his teeth over top of it. So now you have it looking like the inside of his mouth. Pretty neat. Let's tape that down. All right. And the last thing, we need to put those nostrils on there. Let's do, those are upside down U's with lines. Pretty simple. Let's just color those in. Now all I want you guys to do now is just cut this out. That's all we're doing, just cutting this out. So follow your line. Again, does not have to be perfect. I think it's kind of cool if it isn't. cut it around. So let me ask you a question while we're working on this, guys, as we're cutting this out. What do you guys think about these cutout projects? Do you like them? Would you rather us do more drawing things? Like, what do you think about these cutout things? Are they cool, or would you prefer would you prefer that each day we draw stuff? I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about that. So let me know in the comments. Because definitely want this show to be something that you want to watch and try to make it as kind of clever in different ways that you can think about. So just cut this around. There we go. So then you have this guy cut out, just like so. Okay, now to give the arms, I need one more piece of this paper, and I'm just gonna cut. Well, actually, I'm not gonna cut. I'm going to draw. I have a dead marker. Zombie markers everywhere. I'm gonna start over this side. I want to make one like this, and I'm gonna color this out. Now, here's what I want you to think about. This is what you need to think about here, guys. You have one going this way, which is going to be that side. You're going to flip them for the other side. So you have to, next to this one, I want you to draw the same thing, but upside down, okay? And put the hoof part on this part, okay? So basically what you have here is your left arm, and this is your right arm, okay? If you're looking straight on Cornelius. If this was on Cornelius, this would be his left, this would be his right. But we're gonna pretend that we're looking straight on him, okay. Now I want you guys just to cut out those shapes. Okay? And again, doesn't have to be perfect. Who cares about being perfect? Just have some fun with it and just cut these guys out. Okay. Cut. And cut. All right, cool. Let's set these scraps out of the way. Now, if you look at this, you have two arms, right? Cool. Now, if you want, you can get, I'm going to use some yellow paper, but if you have white paper, that's fine too. Doesn't have to be the same as mine. I'm going to put my Cornelius, actually, you know what, I'm going to put it this way so I can get him to fit better, so you guys can see it easier. And I'm going to tape the horn part down here, okay? But I want to be able to lift this up so I can put that arm behind it. So once I get that arm in place, wherever you want that arm to be, once you get that there, just tape down that one side. Okay? So just tape it down. All right? You're going to do the same thing with the other side. Get it underneath there or wherever you want to put it. I think for me it kind of works out best just like that. Once you get it where you want it, I'm going to tape that down. Just like that. All right. Now, if you have a glue gun or a glue stick, this definitely will look better than mine because I have like tape all over mine. I'm gonna flip it over just so I can make sure that I attach these really well. But you don't have to. This is like one of those deals. If you have a glue stick, it works out even better for you because you already have the ability for it to be taped down. Okay. Now we have this taped down. Now what you got is you got these dudes here that you made. They're going to go around, right? And we're going to make these things like they're juggling, right? And you know what? It actually kind of does work a little bit. So those zigzags that you made earlier, do you still have them? If you do, you can kind of put them on the paper like so. So if you tape them, if you don't have them, don't worry about it. But you see how I have the zigzag? I taped the one down to the back of, so the flat side, to the back of the ball that we made. And the last part, you need to put tape on it on the underside. So the sticky part faces up, okay? So like the zigzag, the sticky side faces up. So that way you can put it on the paper and it is there. So it kind of, it kind of moves around. So it's attached to the paper, but it's like, moves around kind of thing. Gives it a little bit of like, again, 3D, right? So I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to tape that one down. Okay. And again, the flat side, sticky side facing up. Okay. And I'm going to put that right here. See, look, now they bounce. And then the same thing on the last one. Just like so. Sticky side up. And you put that on there. Now what you have, if you look, the juggle balls bounce up and down, right? So it's a 3D illustration that is showing, see if I turn it sideways, you can see they hang off, right? But it's a 3D illustration of Cornelius juggling. Now here's a way to make it look like juggling. Take like a brown mark or a black marker or one of your zombie markers if you have those. And if you put some lines like this, those are little action lines, right, on each side, just like so. Now they look like they're bouncing, right? You can even like add other details if you want. Like you can put your lines now on Cornelius. You can put his teeth lines on there now. You can put your sparkles on there. You can do all the extra stuff that you want to do to make this one like your little whatever you would like to add to it. So this is a really fun little 3-dimensional illustration. This is how you kind of do this stuff where you can kind of get that little effect of this little interactive. Now if you had thicker paper, it would really bounce. Like if I just used regular paper, but if we had like a really thick paper, it would really have a cool bounce to it. It's a bummer that like it doesn't have the cool bounce that I want because like it's just regular paper, but it's still, you get the point. When you shake it, yours should jiggle too, right? It's almost like a little like paper jello kind of thing. So after you get that done, make sure that you sign your name on it so everybody knows who made this thing, right? Now here's the cool part. You did it. You made something out of just sheets of paper that are like 3-dimensional that you can hang on a wall. When you hang it on the wall, right? If you do that, you hold it up, you can really see, like it's hard to show you guys here, but when you hold it up, but when you do yours and you hold it up, you can really see that it looks like those balls are coming off of the paper and now it looks like 3D. So that was really fun. Switch over here. What's up? So hope you guys had a good time making that. That was a lot of fun to do it. If you got lost in it and I was going a little too fast, maybe you can always go back and rewind this. I will be posting it on YouTube and everything that you're going to be able to go back and rewatch and all that stuff like that. Glad to hear that you guys like the cutout illustrations and stuff like that. Would love to hear what you think about other things. So guys, I just want to remind you about the power of being the unicorn. You have the ability to sprinkle your magic on somebody else's day just by being you, and that is pretty amazing. You think that there's nothing special about you, but I can tell you right now, there's all kinds of things special about you because you are you, and there's only one you, and that is pretty amazing. You can sprinkle your magic on somebody else's day just by being yourself. You can do it by smiling at people. You can do it by like giving other people your artwork that you make, right? If you can kind of see it now. Can you kind of see it now? Now they're all that stuff like that. You can do all these things by just sitting down for a few minutes and making something to make somebody else's day. That is how you are able to be the unicorn. And if you haven't yet, guys, go check out the book, right? You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on my website, all this stuff like it. It's Okay to Be a Unicorn. It's awesome. It's fun. It's a great story about Cornelius, the guy we just made today. Hope you have a lot of fun making this. I had a great time hanging with everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Is tomorrow Wednesday already? Tomorrow is Wednesday already. So I will see you tomorrow. And have a great day. Tomorrow at 2 to 3. See you guys. Bye.